What's up, guys? Today we're prepping for our 4 o'clock tee time, and I wanted to go over some of the clubs in the bag. I know that we already went over the driver, what it's used for, what makes it different than any other club, but what about the woods, right? Everyone knows about the driver, the big stick, the one you hit the farthest, but a lot of people struggle with these two clubs right here. The 3-wood and your hybrid are also known as a rescue club. So what are they? What are the differences and what are they used for? We'll start with the 3-wood. The 3-wood is the second longest club in your bag. As you can see, you know, the head of this club's a little bit bigger, not as big as your driver, a lot bigger than your irons or your rescue club or your hybrid. So it's kind of like a mini driver per se. Little bit longer, heavier. And as you can see, the loft of the club, it's not tilted, you know, like this, go up in the air. It's more flat, so you can hit the ball lower and farther. So this is my 3-wood. Same concept as the other one. It comes in 3 parts. You got the grip, the shaft, and the club head. This club is kind of, you know, used on like a second shot on a par 3 if you chunk your driver, which I do a lot. This is going to be the club that you hit about 220 yards compared to your driver, which, you know, some people can hit that 220 all the way to 300. So this is your second shot club into longer shots into par 4s and par 5s. So mine is 16.5 degrees of loft. Again, if you guys remember, the loft is kind of the angle that the ball is going to come out at. So irons are usually pretty flat. If you get like a 60 degree of loft, it's going to come out shorter and higher. All the way to 16 degrees of loft, it's going to come out lower and farther. So this is mine. That's what a 3-wood is used for. After you hit your driver on a par 5, bring out the big 3-wood and give it a shot. The next club in the bag we're going to talk about is the hybrid or your rescue club. This one, again, it's a wood if you want to call it. This is my 4-wood. I don't know if you can see that. This has 22 degrees of loft. Same concept as any other club. Grip, shaft, driver. But the rescue club's head is a little bit smaller. And as you can start to see, the loft on this thing is starting to come up a little bit. Compared to 16.5, this one is 22 degrees of loft. And if you take the 3-wood, I don't know if you guys can see this, the length is different. That's how much longer my 3-wood is. Heads are in the same spot. So the length is a lot different on the hybrid as it is on the 3-wood and the driver. So this club right here is, I hit this about 175 to 180 yards. So if I have a shot that requires me to hit it just a little bit farther than I'm comfortable hitting my irons, I can use this. And the good thing about these is the surface area that you're going to hit the club or hit the ball is a lot bigger, right? So it's a lot easier to hit for me than my irons. So I can get through the ball, make contact with a little bit bigger of a surface area than I can with, say, like my 5-iron. So when you look at your irons, you can get a 4-iron and a 5-iron and a 3-iron, but when you kind of compare them, it's a lot bigger and the lofts are different. You see the loft on that compared to this? So those are the two clubs. You can get woods in a whole bunch of different numbers. So Erin from the page, you know, she has 7 woods, 6 woods, 5 woods, all that kind of stuff. We don't. We only have the 4-wood. So that's it. Those are the differences. Again, you're going to have your 3-wood. That's your second shot into a par 5. You can hit that hopefully over 200. And then you have your rescue clubs or your hybrids, which are just an alternate version of an iron that you can get. That's why they're kind of hybrids. It's a mix between an iron and a wood. And that's the difference between the 3-wood and the hybrid. Get to know your clubs in your bag, which one you can use, know your distances, and I hope that helps you to understand a little bit about what these clubs are and what they're used for. So get out there, swing them, and get some birdies, baby. Until next week. We'll talk about the irons next week. Let's go.